Hello. I will wait just a little bit to see if the who is coming. Hello, hello, Rika. Good evening. Hello, Inma. Good evening. Good evening. So, guys, Romilia, Theodore. Hello, hello, guys. Hello, everybody. So, thank you for tuning in, and I'm at the first, how to say, quarta volta, that I'm doing conversation with my artist friend. It is a project that I started last month in 2021, just for the one that they don't know, and it's going really well. It is a very nice conversation that I have with my colleagues. I'm not a professional artist, but I would love one day to be one of those. And what I thought that it was a good idea, it was just to get in touch with the artists that I know and to get some of their insight, some tips, some advice for all of us that we are in the process to become maybe someday, one day, an artist. So we started already with many friends and people involved in the art in general, and we are keep going. And today I have a very big pleasure. And I'm very happy that he accepted my invitation. Eugen Varzic. I hope that I pronounce it really well. And I'm going to invite him because I'm really curious to know about his art, because he is a very unique and special artist. You will know him. So let's get started. Let's invite him and we'll see Eugene. He can say to us today. Eugene,
Ciao, ciao.
hello, good evening. How are you?
Ciao. Bene, okay, I'm fine. Very
Yeah,
good.
I know that
How
we
are
have
you?
some Italians, but we'll talk. We will speak English so everybody they can understand.
Yeah.
It is really a big pleasure to have you here today, and thank you so much to get the invitation, to accept my invitation, and
You're welcome, and I'm very happy that you invited me, and then we can share our ideas and
yes.
thoughts and things that we actually love. Yeah.
Exactly. We love, and this is what I want to start with you this kind of conversation related about how unique are your pieces of art, colors, big these faces that have such a beautiful and deep, how to say, interaction with the viewer. I don't know. There is a huge. Can you tell us more about what there is, your insight about your pieces of art, and when
Yeah.
did you start with these kind of portraits?
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, at the beginning, I'm a painter for a very long time, actually. And the beginning of this approach of realism in my art started maybe 6, 7 years ago. I was always figurative artist, but there was a moment when I really want to jump in on the train called realism. Everybody like to say that it's hyperrealism, but I think it's kind of realism.
Realism.
And actually, I was focused on technique in the beginning. I was fascinated with technique, painting technique, and that was not a good way because there is always a problem, with realistic art, hyper-realistic art, because lots of painters want to impress with their skill, and on that journey they forgot about the story. What do you want to
Yeah,
say to viewers or to
you're
people?
right.
What do you want to express?
Absolutely
So
right.
I got one reset and start to focus more on psychology, to emotions. And where are emotions inside of us, in our communication, in everyday life? So I like to say that I paint life. We all have some stories, we all have some secrets also. And if I can find out what is behind, what can I say, what can I find inside of some person? I want to put it on the canvas, and I don't like to say that it's a portrait art. I'm sleeping. I like to say that it's actually it's painting. You know, it's not portrait, because I use my models as actors for my paintings, for the film that I'm playing on these canvases, and you know, I like to go deeper in emotion, because I don't want the observer to be just impressed by technique. You know, to scratch my canvas, say, "Whoa, is this a photo, or is it painting?" I want, in the first place, that story catch the observer, you know, and this emotion must be strong. You must find specific moment, specific facial expression to catch, and it's not sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's not easy. Only expression. Maybe it's a light. It's the contrast. It's interaction between observer and the model and actually painting. And on the last painting, maybe this one behind me, I started something that I really wanted to do a long time ago, is the refocus observer not to be part of the communication. He must look what's inside of the painting, you know. Models got interaction between them, you know. On some older paintings, it's usually face looking out of the painting and trying to catch your eye, you know, and something like this. But on these new paintings that I'm planning to do, actually, I want this inside story to be strong and to be, you know, catchy.
Yeah, they are. I think you achieved your goal, because they are very, I mean, the images of this face, the face that you choose are really powerful. And
Thank you.
of course, the colors, and some of them, the very famous one. I think also I wrote something on your bio that there is also one of your pieces in Vienna, if I don't mistake.
Yeah, it is the old story, you know. It's some kind of museum that it was the man who runs their museum. He put me in some book, and then later he met me here in Croatia and invited me to put a painting inside of the museum. And this museum, it's something completely different than I do nowadays, because in my work I love changes, you know, and I don't have I'm really, how to say it, I don't know quite word in English, but I don't have a patience, you know. I must always go forward, you know. Because I cannot say that I'm bored of some motifs or some.
Bored. No, but
no, it's not bored. It's something, you know, what I actually chew, what I got inside, and after that I go further. And if you look on my website, for example, my paintings, which I'm very, very ashamed of, from 1992, 1996, 7, you know, it was it's complete chaos, you know. And but I like to have this experience also, you know. Even making a bad painting, not good painting, is a good thing, you know. You learn from everything. And somehow my desire was always this where I'm today, you know. So, you know, it's kind of journey, like you are in the boat, you know, and you are floating in the river, you know, and things are happening, and you must go forward. You cannot stop.
Yeah. You had a lot of I mean, you did a lot of things. I mean, reading your bio is really interesting, and I saw also that you've been as well doing working in Madrid or working beside very famous artists. Can you talk about, actually one of them is going to talk with us soon. He will be in conversation with us, Eloy Morales.
Eloy is a cool guy, you know. On the level of age and interest, you know, we are somewhere, you know, near. He's a little bit younger than me, maybe, and he got magnificent position in the world of art, and his technique is absolutely amazing. But the strike in the head I got from Antonio Garcia Lopez, actually.
Exactly.
And there with him, I didn't learn technique. I learned how to survive the old master, you know. So he is a specific person, and it was really honor to be near him and talk to him and learn with him. And you know, it's not easy. He's completely different than I, and all this his army of followers of painters that respect him and love him. You know, they go on a different route. You know, but it's good to know. You know, if I can work, for example, if I don't have possibility because the man is not here alive, and to work maybe with I don't know who Rothko or Picasso, you know, completely different painters, but you can always learn from them, you know, or Rotella, you know.
Wow.
Yeah,
you know, very contemporary at that time.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, incredible. Yeah, I mean, of course, we all been in love with some artist, and of course, it's our dream to. I still remember my father used to be an art dealer, and some of his colleagues, they used to go to Madrid and Spain, and they met even Dali, and the guys that used to work with them as assistant, and they were doing a lot of work even for them, and they were doing a lot. A big dream.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so but there is something that captured my insight, you know, about you, because when I see your kind of art, of course, I try to understand who is behind, you know, which kind of guy. I mean, we started as a painters, then we become artists, then we become professional artists, and then very well known. But at the beginning, we are a person that we are in love with colors, with trying to communicate something, trying to see something. And of course, seeing your kind of art, there is something that it was popping in my mind, and say to myself, ask him if there is something, it happened something that maybe, because as I can see you, I think you are kind of, I have to do that now. If I get an idea, I have to go and do it, because I see you are a very, you know, maybe everything is in your mind, and then directly you go directly to paint or to try. Is it correct? It is almost like that, or I mean, I think you
Yeah.
are the one that maybe
Yeah.
staying for a while, thinking, and then suddenly, what is this suddenly idea that you get?
No, it's like I think good word is urge to paint. You know, when you paint, my trip in the world of art was, you know, I really knew that at the age of 13, 14, I knew that I will be a painter. It was a fact, you know. Nobody believed, you know, and even my parents, you know, they were doubting about it, you know, since then and today, I constantly work I cannot swear, every day. And
Let me see wear my glasses, because I'm seeing that. If there are even questions, of course, guys, if you want to ask
yeah,
something to Eugene, go ahead. No, they were just saying, "Hi, okay."
I don't see it maybe. Well, and sometimes, you know, I got some story inside my head that I wanted to paint, but I cannot find the right moment or right face person that can be part of that story, you know. Sometimes I really look on some motif that I took photo or I sketch something, you know, and you know, it happens. For example, maybe you have seen one of the largest canvases. It's like 2 meters or something, you know. I can show you later in my brochure,
Yes,
and it's
please.
huge. You know, everybody common question from $1 million is how long it takes to paint such a painting. And when I said to people it took me 7 days, and I said, why? How? Because it struck me, you know, struck me. And
Yeah,
some smaller
yeah.
painting I can paint for months and destroy it, you know, without. But important for me is to move forward, you know, like a shark, come squale nel mare, like a shark in the sea, you know, always go
Yeah.
forward, you know. So it's something, you know, maybe in my age now it's a habit, but I like it, you know.
Yeah, big canvases, they are so attracting. Yeah. Beautiful. Fantastic. There is someone, or maybe it is me that, but I saw that you are working on something new now. Probably you are doing a kind of new project.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
trying to do. You know, last year was kind of really exhausting for me, you know, and the year before for all of us, you know, because of this lockdown situation, you know, and I made so many paintings, you know. I didn't know, will there be exhibition? Is it going to be on the level that I wanted to do? You know, and there were lots. Usually, you got lots of stress with exhibitions and presenting yourself, but this was really, really uncertain, you know. And fortunately, things happened good, not in a way, in a normal way, you know, like it was before, but I've done it in a marketing way very good, in an artistic way very good, and it was I'm satisfied, you know. And you know, it takes out your energy to, you know, you need to reset sometimes, and I didn't reset. So I started to do something new. I'm testing some new materials, you know, like a wood, like some different kind of colors, surfaces that I would like to paint. And also I try to experiment with the small formats, you know. I usually
Yeah.
paint, you know, behind me it's a large paintings, you know, and
I saw
let me
something
show you.
tiny that you posted. Is it
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
This is the brochure from the
Yeah.
last year's exhibition, and the painting that I was talking about, you know, it was this one. Sorry for waiting. I hope I,
No, take your time.
because I cannot take it
They
out.
will
It's
save
so
that.
big. This one here, it's a huge. It's 2 meters. And now I got this one, you know, this small one.
Amazing.
And
Yeah.
last night I just painted, and it looks very, very small and detailed, but it's not. And for example, this one.
Yeah, there is something on the connection that is a little bit blurring the image.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Now
it's your connection.
I will
Okay.
wait. I see that it's a blurry.
Okay. Now it looks like it's okay. Yeah. Can you
Can I repeat?
show again? Yes, the last one. Yeah. Yeah. Now I can see it. Yeah.
This one.
Incredible. Incredible.
And this one is maybe something that I posted recently on the.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. These are my kind of portraits. Yeah, I know. Beautiful.
This is
These
kind
are
of
too soft.
yeah, and you know, I also got some plans for some exhibition here in Croatia, but it's really, really uncertain, you know, because of this situation, you know. But I will move forward, you know. I will take my time and work continuously on my new paintings, and
yeah,
it
because
will
in
be.
your country you are a well-known artist. I saw that you are a well-known artist, and I saw that you did also well-known.
100%. I'm famous in my street. Everybody knows me. For the rest of the world.
You did a kind of murals or something the first time, I think, back in the beginning of 2020 or something like that.
It was the only project that I've done in 2020. It was a street art festival in a town of Vukovar called Vukovar Art. And usually organizers, they invite artists, street artists, but I'm not street artist, I'm their friend, you know. And it was also experience, you know, to paint such a huge painting in a few days, you know. And it was nice, you know, to be again in art in public place, you know, after all these lockdowns and everything. It was cool, you know.
How did you manage these huge size? I mean, to be like a street art for artists for a little while. How was it?
Well,
it was
I
difficult.
prepared everything. No, I prepared everything on computer. You know, I make all projection on computer to see how it works, and we built a construction. It was big construction, about I don't know 22 meters or something like this. And you know, you work half blind, you know, because you don't see it until it's finished. And it's kind of it was hard. It was really physical work, and I had a big help from some of my friends here in Croatia who are very famous street artists. They got me some tricks and tips how to do it, and I managed to finish it, but it was not easy, you know. It was completely.
I can imagine. You know? Yeah, but you've done a really nice job, beautiful.
But
job.
I like challenges because I've done also mosaics. I was in collaborating with one man from Spilimbergo, from Italia. You know, we made some public projects here in Croatia, and I've done illustrations. I like to test new things, you know, to try new things.
Workshop, and you do a lot of
workshop. Also, I run online workshops and workshops in my, not in my studio, in the studio that I got here in town in Porec, Parenzo è titolo italiano. It's titled Italian title.
One day I'm gonna come to visit you. Maybe one day we will see.
Yeah, it's not far. I've been in Milano. Yeah, I visit Milano.
Yeah, you should come one day. Let's forget COVID. Actually, I wanna give you a news to everybody. I am positive. I just discovered last evening that I'm positive. I have COVID. As you can see, of course, I have just few symptoms, but
did you
I think in Milano, 80% of the people now, they catch COVID. So
in Croatia, in Croatia also, you know, everybody's positive.
So
usually they are negative. But
wish me luck. Wish me luck, but I'm okay.
Are you vaccinated? Did you take a vaccine?
Of course.
Good. That's good.
Yes, of course. And no, we were talking about your new project, but do you have something that we can see or behind you, or I cannot really see really well, but maybe because it's a bit dark, or maybe I should wear my glasses. Yeah, now I can see.
Yeah. These are some paintings that I've done actually back in a few months. And these paintings, I usually have paintings that doesn't belong anywhere, you know. It's not part of the cyclus. It's not going to be part of a new cyclus. It's kind of transfer paintings, you know. And I painted it like you know, to push out everything, you know, that was before, to try something new, you know. And I usually got these paintings. Usually I paint landscapes or something like this, you know. And after these transfer paintings, I paint maybe few paintings, maybe 5, 6, I don't know. I can start new story, you know. And and it was a problem now for me, you know, to take new direction. Actually, I used to have such a wonderful models for my paintings. My friends, they were amazing. I really love to have them for being my models, to support my exhibition, to support me here on digital world, actually in virtual world, and they are really brave, you know, because they let me to put their faces in so many different makeup, so many different roles, and they were in media, they were on television, they were everywhere, you know. And I was looking actually for new models, but now I'm in a big doubt, because it's hard to explain actually. But let's make a long story short, you know. Everybody's seen these paintings, old paintings, and everybody wants to be in the paintings like it was in 2021. But I want new paintings, you know. I don't want to repeat myself, you know.
Yeah.
And
you get bored also to yourself, about yourself.
Yeah. Also, I will change. I will include more landscape paintings, urban landscape, and also nude bodies inside.
Yeah, that's.
I will mix. Yeah, I will mix. But
looking forward to see your new project. I'm curious.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too. Believe me.
I'm really looking forward. Yeah, really. It is. I'm sure it's gonna be really interesting to see this kind of your new paintings, because I even nude. I mean, doing a nude with your kind of style. It's gonna be very, very interesting. Curious.
We have a question here. You know, how can I find models to photograph to paint without having to pay a lot? Well, can I answer?
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
Begin with your friends, you know, with your family, you know, and make it good. And believe me, later you will have so many offers for modeling that you don't have to pay anything, you know. So, you know, it's a kind of, in my case, you know, for me, most important is to have the right person in front of you. It's not question, you know, money or something else. My notifications are blowing. And you know, I must find the eyes, the face, the hands, or I don't know, something
there
that
is
will
something
help
that
me.
catch you in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
second. Yes,
yeah.
that's
But
typical. Yeah.
usually, my advice to I don't know who was that. It's gone. Make a good contract with the model. Also, what we learn in our IBEX community, you know, how to
Contract.
make good contract, you know, to protect intellectual
Right.
property, not to be sued, and 100% don't use anybody else's photos or anything else because you're going to have a problem.
Exactly.
Especially if you are working professionally like I do with some galleries that you must sign that all rights belongs to you, otherwise you are gone, you
Yes,
know?
thank you so much. This is so important for everybody to hear these kind of things because
Yeah.
we know now because we have a very interesting workshop together, and it was very interesting, very important to get to know this kind of information. They're very
Hi,
important to
Emma.
know.
Sorry, I didn't follow catch your name. Thank you
Yes.
for follow. I will follow you later. Actually, if you don't follow each other, so you can ask me questions, or even you can ask me now here. That's not a problem, you know.
Yeah. Everybody that they are interested to say or they want to ask anything to Eugene is we are here to answer all your questions, guys, because it's we are still have
I didn't have a catch if some of my models are here. Maybe they've seen that I'm alive here.
hello
Maybe.
from Iceland. Hello.
Hey, hello.
Thank you, Ulrika. Yeah, there are some.
Ulrika, ciao.
Yeah, she's saying to you, I follow you, and because of you, I started doing. This is a huge compliment.
For
That's
me,
a bigger
sorry.
paintings. Very nice. Perfect.
Thank
Bravo.
you very much.
That's good job. So it's
I
like
started to make small paintings, you know. So,
yeah, we start everybody, I mean, to do like something like 24, 40 centimeter or something, even smaller than
yeah,
that. But the
but
things that what about you? I don't know, but I think it's the same. When you start working on bigger canvas and you start to slowly, you start to move to big canvas, then it becomes a bit difficult to do the step back. I mean, to go back on the small size actually for me then you can make it, but at the beginning it's just like you have to restart again and to get to again in the
no,
but not for you, you are
in the smaller pieces, I can be more expressive. You know, of
tell
course,
me.
I'm a faster. You know, when you do that like this, you know, it's a very small piece. Look,
Yeah, this
when you
was
do it,
yeah,
when
it's
you do it,
postcard.
yeah, you can really be fast. You know, if you are working, you know, 2 meters with I don't know 160, then it takes time. You know, but thing that I want to say also. Hi, Steph.
Hey Steve, hello.
Yeah, and what I want to say, you know, I also develop my technique, you know,
Yeah,
because I'm really fast in my work, you know, and I don't want to kill my quality, you know, with my speed. But I think that in nowadays in 21st century, you have to be fast because everything's happening fast.
absolutely.
And when I changed to smaller pieces, actually, I through these smaller pieces, I got new ideas how to use it on a big canvas. You know,
Yeah,
so I'm looking forward. I cannot wait. You know, behind my easel here, it's a
yeah,
wall where I
it's like a
stretch my canvas.
sketching. Like
Excuse me.
sketching. It is like a sketching, like
Yeah.
doing a
So
small, yeah.
I'm gonna use technique for a small piece on big piece. So I'm gonna see how it will function. You know. So
Yeah. You were saying before that you start to use different materials as well, like wood and
yeah,
panel or
like a
something.
different kind of impregnation. Yeah, it's this good word. You know.
And there is a question here, or it is I had one showing with the gallery, trying to better know and galleries or places to display outside my state and country. Any advice? Can you see this question? It's
Yeah, I had
same. I
one
think
showing
it's
with
the
the
same.
gallery trying to, yeah.
And any way to
Okay.
learn how to my skills.
Well, how to well, you must work every day, you know, if you can. If you, I don't know if you are a professional artist or it's your hobby, but try to work every day, you know, because we have 24 hours. Of that 24 hours, if you use 1 hour, 2 hours, it's a lot, you know. If you are not
Yeah.
professional artist, I spend 12 hours here every day, you know, and this quantity of work will give you quality, that's for sure, you know. And also very important, try to go to learn from some painter that you consider painter who can transfer you knowledge, who can not impress you, not to impress you, but try to find a painter who is able to transfer knowledge to you. It's very hard, actually, you know. You are trying to be a professional artist. Well, we all trying to be. So every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is very important, you know. Join some workshops. Join online workshops are also good, but I think that if you work in person with a painter, you know, a live word, live act on a canvas and advice straight where you are, it can help a lot, you know, because I run workshops online and it's really hard to guide people through this online process because you are not there. But people who are in my studio, I can show them exactly what I think, you know, how to move, how to use brush, how to correct, you know, and this is the best way of learning, you know. And for my opinion, the worst way of learning is to sit with some book full of advices, you know, to learn from books. Books are for other kind of joy, you know, joy of reading, you know. Of course, joy of learning, but art is specific. It's very hard. It's very hard to stay alone in some studio and learn from the book. There always must be some person who can guide you, who can give you at least advice after you work, you know, 2 weeks on some project and somebody gives you some support, some correction, some objective correction, then you can move forward, you know.
Yeah, what do you think? But I guess, what do you think? There is a moment when a person feel a little bit stuck, and maybe she doesn't know how to start again, and maybe everything she start to develop everything in her mind, and for a quite while they don't do anything, they don't practice, but then suddenly they feel the inspiration to start again, and then suddenly you don't know how, but then you achieved already something better than before. It did happen to you, something like this, or
Well,
just with practice?
I don't believe in inspiration, you know. I believe in the work, in the hard work, you know. And inspiration, it's kind of like good to have it, you know, like a talent, good to have it, you know. But you know, you had to work. You had to grow yourself, you know, grow your skills, grow your brain. Even brain can be trained, you know. And also in modern times, like we live now in nowadays, you must be connected to all possible science direction of the science. For example, not this news, you know, COVID news, how many dead people. I mean, developing of our society is on lots of different levels, you know, and I choose what my interest, I choose my love to get know what I don't know, you know, and to put it inside of my paintings, you know. And this is partly the answer for on Steffi's question. Do you think theory and
Exactly. Yeah, I was just reading.
I think they do. I think they do because in the beginning, when I started to paint, I was drowning in a history of art. You know, I really learned, you know, from Christianity, from Greek art, from a whole history of art. I just needed to know, you know, not only painting, you know, architecture, sculpture, are also part of. How to say it in English, political situation that was in that moment when, for example, I don't know, Dadaism happened, or I don't know, whatever happened in the history of art, you know, and you know, it's like solfeggio in music. You know? If you don't know, you can improvise, you can be a blues player, but even if that is hard, you know.
There is another question. Wait a second, because they're asking how to get over painter block. Of course, this is it's a topic that it takes a lot to talk about, but because it's something everybody we went through. So where you working on a painting, and I feel it is worth it. Should I even continue on this painting frustration?
Well,
What to answer? I have my idea. Well, tell me. Answer.
Well, I can give an advice. You know, don't work on one painting. Work on several. Work on 5 paintings in the same moment. And when you get stuck with the one, give a life to another one. Give a life to a third one. You know, talk to your paintings. Write down what do you want to see. You know, what is your problem? Write down. Read it aloud. So you must hear your problem aloud. It sounds crazy. You know, somebody in my studio, you know, they will just wait me to cut off my ear. So you know, it's a normal process, you know. But what you said at the end, frustration. Don't be frustrated. If you decided to create something new, some new value in art, you know, it's a normal to have frustration. It's normal to have a questions, but the answers you give through your art. This is the only way, you know. Because when I work with my student, you know, and then bring me some painting and they start to talk, I wanted to do this, that. I said, shut up. Your painting is talking to me, not you. So this is something that, you know, and you must believe, you know, you must believe. Don't try to avoid to be influenced by others, opinion of others, you know, no.
Do you have any other tips that you want to share with the others about your technique?
Sorry?
Something that you suggest? I mean, there is any other kind of tips that you want to share with others when you started? Some advice, because you mainly use oil, is it correct? Not.
Yeah, now
you started with
use
acrylic or?
No, I was using acrylic because back in the days, my wife pushed me on some workshop in the capital of Croatia, and there was a workshop how to use acrylic, and I got hooked on the acrylic just like that. And for a few years I was using acrylics, and I really forgot about the oil. And the first time that I started to use oil was with Eloy in his studio in Madrid. You know, I felt again smell of the oil. I said okay, and I said goodbye. Yeah, but
go ahead. We will answer.
Do you think it's important to give words to a painting? You mean to describe? I don't know if you.
Yeah, maybe because she's talking about what you were saying before about writing down something when you were saying. So probably maybe this is what I feel. She wants to ask you if maybe, or even maybe words on the painting. Maybe sometimes also it works, or related about what you were saying before, probably.
Yeah, listen. Sometimes I really must explain to myself some things considering my painting. And for example, in 2012, I was working on a project called Different World, and it was the beginning of the change for me. And I started to write down text about each of my paintings, and I continue in 2014. It was cyclus called Noir, black, Nero. And I also continue to write, and somehow the level of the writing and the writing was here, painting was here, so I stopped, you know. And it was interesting to explain, not in a technical way, but in the way of sense what is behind that painting, you know. And usually on this exhibition, the last exhibition that I had in the Museum of Modern Art in Dubrovnik, I took the visitors inside of the gallery. Actually, I guided them through my exhibition and tell them for each and every painting what is the story behind, who is the person that was a model. And when people heard about stories behind, they even like it more, you know. So I think that it's always good to tell, first of all, yourself, and then to others what is behind your.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Robbie is here with us. Hi, Robbie. How are you?
Hi, Robbie,
And
brother.
yeah, and saying artwork journals are so important if you ask me. We will ask you one day, Robbie. One day you will be with us. Yeah. So Ulrika, she's saying thumbs up, so she is agreeing. No, but these kind of topics, it's really important to talk about because it's a quite it's, let's say, 60% of the work of an artist to journal. I mean, to write down, to get to know your paintings, to look at your paintings, to see what inspires you more, oil or acrylic. I mean, to get in touch with your art. It's a kind of Nelson. I'm fine, thanks. Okay, so I was saying it's
How did
kind
you
of.
get?
How
There
did you
is a
get
question.
renewed in the art world? How did you start? Yeah.
How did I start?
How did you start? It's a
Well,
long story. We will
I
send you the
started.
bio. No worries.
I started in the last century. So
Yeah. No, but it's a good
I was
question because some
actually.
people maybe they want to know even when you started, and you were saying before about the acrylic, then you moved to oil. So it's a kind of topics that are
No,
interesting to talk
actually,
about.
I started as a 14-year-old boy with some old professor in my hometown, and I started to learn watercolors, without any drawing or knowing of
Really?
drawing, basic of art and anything. And then it was during the high school, and then unfortunately happened the war in Croatia, and I was a soldier for more or less than almost 2 years during the
Wow.
war. And after that, I survived.
You survived and you are with us now doing great stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's the important is now. Past is past, And after that experience of the war, actually, I joined the university, and in that moment, when you were facing the thing like it's a war, and you got opportunity to do what you love the most, you don't waste any minute, to paint, to draw, to learn, to
Yeah.
drink all knowledge that you can. Maybe it was bad, but I was lucky to go from war to art, So, and in the beginning, it was really hard, I was far away from a house, and day by day, you make decisions. Decisions, it creates your destiny, and and you go forward day by day, and main thing is that I was listening to myself. I was hungry, and step by step you make it, So I still believe and I still feel that I must learn a lot, and that actually I'm always on some kind of the beginning, So it's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah, but Eugen, what would you no, let's say, what would you like to hear from your future self, like in 5 years? Where do you think you will be in 5 years? Or what you want to achieve in 5 years? Maybe, let's say, if you can hear a message from your self in 5 years, what would you like to hear? You've done great job. What everything? What comes to your mind?
Well, in nowadays 5 years is a lot, I just want to stay healthy and to have my
That's
family
for
healthy.
sure. Let's stay about
Yeah,
talking
but
about art.
and yeah, this is what I want to continue to say. My son started the art school, and for example, I wanted him to see him how he is developing in that world. I
Wow.
don't influence on him at all. He respects what I do, but he's not impressed that much. Maybe
Babas.
he's watching. Sorry,
Family
son.
usually are like that. Usually, but
Yeah,
not
but
everybody. But most of the time.
in the sense of art, just to have more time to work. My wife will kill me now. No, I'm kidding. It's hard to make some projection on myself. Because when I think about myself, I always think about myself. I don't look from outside of me. And if you ask me, maybe back in the 5 years, and I couldn't tell you I will meet you. We will meet through David Wilson's insiders, and I will talk to Christoph, to Robbie. I will make exhibition huge like that. And what can I say? I can say that I will continue to work, and most important for me to stay on that route, and to maybe to impress some young man, to become a painter. For me, that's a goal. I remember myself when I was a little kid, and what was my desire. I get answers maybe now. My desires, my wishes for being an artist came now. So I was right.
So your son is a bit. It's like your critic, art.
No, he's young man. He's 16 and 16, and he is very talented. He must find his way. He was lots of into digital art. And he's like every other kid. Nowadays. But I try. What I tried. I tried to make him feel in my studio comfort. When he come to my studio, I can see when he's looking at my painting, and he also give me some very good advices. Different eye, different age.
No, they are. They are incredible kids. I mean, I don't know how old is him.
16.
16 is not little anymore, but
but I always think he's maybe taller than me.
Yeah.
And my daughter, she was model for lots of my paintings. I don't know if you catch it. I can show you here. Sorry, again I will look. Hey, this is she, for example. Well, I can show you.
Yes.
I can show you actually. The painting.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
And she's also a creative person. She studied cultural tourism. She's 23, also talented. And if I got big critics from, excuse me.
You have big boy. I mean, big kids. I mean, 23.
Yeah.
You don't look like any. Wow.
And this is her that I painted.
There is a question by Steph. She's asking, what are your thoughts about NFT? And also, I'm missing, there are two questions. I mean, there is
Sorry, I haven't seen. Wait. Excuse me?
There are two questions. One from Theodore that is asking, I have to wear my glasses because, what do you think it is better? A lot of small paintings done faster, or one big painting which takes longer to finish? This is the first question. Then Steph with NFT.
It's really not important. It's important if you are driving Ferrari, if you are driving Fiat, then it's important how fast you are. But if you are into art, and if you've done it fast or slow, if it makes you feel okay, if you can put it outside on the world to people to enjoy it, then it's okay. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I never thought about that, because I always work on several paintings in a moment, and because maybe it's my idea, how to say it, my possibility not to focus long on one thing, So I always develop few paintings together, and really don't know how much time I need for each painting. Some people told me, because they are following my work, they said, oh, you need 5 weeks for that or 2 weeks for that. I said, thanks, but I didn't know that. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Just enjoy, my friend.
And Steph, she's asking, what are your thoughts about NFTs?
There are no thoughts. I'm in, Sefi. So I'm inside of that story through platform that launched yesterday in Croatia. It's the first platform for NFT. It's called Endemic. And some guys from Croatia, they gather together some artists, street artists, designers, and they gonna put all this. They already did. They put this story online. They've done this minting and everything what is necessary about it. Actually, the first thing that I actually learned about NFT was from David, and this workshop, and it was start, and it is interesting for me because it is the best way how to follow. For example, you sell physical painting, through blockchain, and each time the painting changed the owner or it's sold, somebody can get money from this transaction. Somebody, I think about my kids, about my future relatives, like royalties they can get. It's the best way how to protect your art in the sense of legal right, something like this.
Yeah, I think NFT, this moment in time, they are a little bit mistaken. I mean, people, I spoke with a lot of artists, and tell me what is your thoughts about this. I spoke with many of them about NFT, and some of them, they get like a rejection at the beginning. I pronounced the NFT word. Why? Because they believe that if you become an NFT artist, then there is no way that I do something that is not tangible. So for them, it's like, for me, I mean, there are two separate, actually, it's not for me. There are completely two separate world. I mean, there is a world of the NFT and the world of the physical that you can keep going on doing your artwork, and then beside you can do NFT. It will not change your way to be an artist. This is my point of view. What do you think about this?
I think it's in the same direction. Also, with NFTs, you got more freedom if you are a creative person. For example, my goal is to actually, I got deal with my son that he will intervene on photos, actually on digital things. He will make intervention with his iPad for drawing, and we're gonna mix together, and we're gonna make NFTs that will be our group project of me and him. And I think that is development. You got new wave of. I'm not afraid of new things. And
Exactly.
I really understand people who don't believe in vaccine and don't believe in NFTs. That's the problem. I don't have a problem with that.
A nice comparison. I like that.
Yeah, it's a modern technology. This is not vaccine. This is actual application that you put in your body, that I put it in my body. And really, I think I'm that old that I didn't have time to feel my genes will be changed in next 10 years. I don't care. Even if horn grows, I don't care.
That's funny.
It's funny, But NFT as a new form of communication, of marketing and money making, and a new way of art, it's something that you should learn first place. You must introduce that thing. You must listen to thousands and thousands podcasts and the groups and things like we have in IBEX or some other places. And you just make decision. Don't immediately reject. That's not good start, I think, I don't know. It's not a good thing.
I was reading something. I was writing some question to do to you, but I think we answered to so many of the topics that they were in my mind. But I mean, now of course we met each other in a group that is beautiful, IBEX Insiders. So many insiders are joining the live, and many others that they will come to do a conversation with artists with me. So thank you so much. But what about the other work that they are inspiring you? There is even maybe something that is not hyper-realistic work, or maybe abstract work. If you see some good abstract, can you be inspired by
Yeah, of course.
just the colors or texture, or
Yeah,
even how it presents the canvas? Sometimes when you go
we
into
have problems with
AI paintings,
connections, I think.
yeah.
No, I understand what you're asking, you know, and I always refer to exhibition that I visited 2018 or 2018. It was in Vicenza, and title of the exhibition was Dal notte a notturno, from night to
Dalla notte al
and
giorno.
notte e notturni nell'arte, something like this, you know.
Okay.
And to translate it, it was dusk and dawns in art, something like this. I don't know. I'm not good in languages, so
No,
I hope that
you are.
I hope that people will get it. So, what was the point of that exhibition? It was like made for me, you know, because it was all together. They put all pieces of art that are presenting dark or mornings or dusks in art, you know. So,
Yeah.
in the beginning of the exhibition, you had Tutankhamun's sculpture, and the last painting was, for example, Rothko. And between them, you have Garcia Lopez, Antonio Garcia, you have
Yeah.
Rembrandt, you have Caravaggio, you have Velázquez. So, you know, I cannot say that I'm inspired only by one, you know. And on that exhibition, I felt that whole art, all these stories, all these questions through the history of art are more or less the same. We have same fears, we have same, and when I see each of these piece of art, you know, I really got struck in the head. You know, I was sitting in Rothko and like 1 hour, my wife
I'm
was
losing
pushing
you.
me.
The connection is not so perfect. I can hear you well, by the way. Go ahead. Maybe it will clear up a little bit. I see you a little bit blurred.
I got this mob completely pixelized.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know why it's happening, but I have a good
But
connection
anyhow,
here.
I can hear you well, and the important is that we can hear you well. And
So this is what I want to say, that only on that exhibition actually I felt that I can be struck by any art, you know. If it's good art, if I feel it, then it's good, you know. Even if it's not known person, even if it's some artist, you know, just
yeah,
like any
yes,
artist, you know. And
absolutely, absolutely.
you
Yeah,
know, also I try to understand lots of different ways of modern art that we are actually living now. For Venezia, Biennale a Venezia, you know, where we can meet lots of garbage there, but you know, you go and you see, you try to understand to what is the message, where are we now, you know. And you know,
yeah. Where art is
who am
going?
I to judge, you know? I'm just here to feel, you know.
No, anyone has his own point of view. Maybe for you, something is not beautiful. For another person, it's such a beautiful piece. So the word is we are all unique, and with any way of communicate
Yes.
ourselves. So it's not
If
a
I say in
problem
public
to say
that
exactly what.
Damien Hirst, for example, doesn't strike me at all. You know, nothing. I am complete. But
Yeah,
is it important to the world of art? No, it's not.
yeah.
You know, it's nothing. You know,
Yeah. I
so
still remember your first comment at the East Side when you were,
everybody remembers.
you did say, yeah, was
Don't
excellent.
don't
Of
mention it,
course, you
please.
have to speak your truth. So you have to
Yes,
say what you think, otherwise you
but you
are
know,
just
I was
faking.
really badly attacked by people. You know, by saying that I
It
don't
was so
like it,
funny. I
and
really
I can.
enjoyed the conversation, by the
But you
way.
know, I don't like it. I don't like it. You know,
Yeah, of course. But it's not art. I mean,
it it
it's not
doesn't
about
mean
the
anything.
technique. It's not about if you don't like
It
something.
doesn't I'd rather say that than be no some jerk who will say, oh, it's lovely, actually not loving it.
Yeah. We get to know
Yeah.
you, Eugen, and that's why we love you, because you are very genuine and you speak your truth. And I love it. Personally, I love when people they are speaking their truth. Maybe sometimes can be, it looks like a little bit harsh, but it's not. Actually, it's not at
But
all.
you know, if
Robbie's
somebody,
love.
Robbie is my love, my
Robbie's
brother.
our love. It's
You
our
know,
love.
but if somebody don't love my art, that's fine. But if he's trying to do something more, you know, to deny it, to put it in the wrong direction, then I usually don't, I'm not mad. I always invite them to talk to me, like we are talking now. Tell me your story. I'm gonna tell you my story. If you don't like it, good. You know,
Absolutely agree 100%, Eugene.
you must be strong in that week.
I think,
You know.
yeah, the connection sometimes is getting, I don't know, because we have done with our hour. I don't want that Instagram will shut off our conversation, because I know that it usually is 1 hour and no more. We
Now
can
it's
try
1
to
hour.
stay.
Now it's 1 hour. Yeah.
It's 1 hour, so probably that's why. It was lovely to have you here, and I really enjoyed our conversation with all of your insight and many tips that you gave to everybody. And I'll see you next time. Maybe we will talk again. Actually, Wednesday we will have Nadine Robbins join the conversation with artists. So I would love to that all of us, we stay with her and we say a big hi even to Nadine. We will talk about, because I think there are you and her. You have many things in common with how vibrant they are your pieces of artwork. Very your colors, the way you use your colors. So thank you again, Eugen Varzic with us,
But
and
Robbie
follow
told
him
us,
because he's
hey, Robbie told us we can go beyond 1 hour.
we can go beyond 1 hour. Are you
Yeah.
sure? Because they told me
Can,
1 hour.
can I
don't want
say
to get...
something? Excuse me. Can I say something? I would like to say hi to Denise from New York. Denise, I saw your message now. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope that you are fine and well there. Talk to you soon. It's my friend from New York.
We say hi to everybody that was.
And
Thank you for joining. That's
yeah,
amazing.
thanks everybody for joining. And it was
It was
pleasure to meet you. And
my pleasure.
I hope that we can meet someday in Milano.
Yeah, we have to organize something. But let that step with. She can organize something.
Now
Maybe she's coming in Europe, and maybe one day we will see all each other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Fala.
Thank you.